Rachel Zegler has just done the one thing you never do in Hollywood. She mocked the fans who helped make her famous. Leaked messages from a private group chat allegedly show her trashing Disney enthusiasts as cringe, obsessed, and low IQ. Now, the internet is in flames. Boycotts are real, and the calls to recast Snow White are louder than ever. You won't believe who leaked the messages, and what Rachel said next could very well end her career. "If I'm gonna stand there for 18 hours in a dress as an iconic Disney princess, I deserve to be paid for every hour," she said, referencing the pressure of the role. The leak hit X like a lightning bolt. It started with blurry, unverified screenshots that seemed almost too outrageous to be true, but within hours, Disney fans had combed through every word, emoji, and username. It quickly became apparent the messages were from Rachel Zegler, and they were brutal. She allegedly wrote, "They dress up like cartoon animals and cry over theme park parades. I can't tell if they need therapy or a restraining order." And that was just the beginning. Great. Okay. Great. I'm honored. I don't know why I sound so angry right now. I'm honored. Am I a psychopath? According to Insider Rumors, the group chat included several of Zegler's longtime friends, a former PR assistant, and a rising influencer, reportedly the one who leaked the messages. The leak wasn't random. A source told Pop Culture Now that Rachel had been dismissing this person for months, and the betrayal was personal. She thought everyone in the chat was loyal, but it turns out one person had been screen recording everything. One particular screenshot sent shockwaves through the fandom. When a friend asked if she was excited for the Snow White fan premiere in Anaheim, Rachel allegedly replied, "Please, I'd rather eat glass than smile at another sweaty dad in a dwarf costume asking for an autograph." This message was reposted over 100,000 times within 24 hours, sparking a full-blown fan revolt. Hashtags like "Replace Rachel" and "Not My Snow White" trended instantly, with fans calling her ungrateful, elitist, and the worst Disney casting ever. You know, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and it's clear that this message didn't sit well. "Yeah, weird, I'm a narcissist. I don't need your business." In a strange twist, Rachel initially liked a post defending her, but then unliked it hours later, after fans began tagging Disney's official account, demanding her removal. Some fans believe her silence is a legal strategy. Others think she's trying to ride out the storm. But with creators, influencers, and even former Disney employees piling on, the damage may already be irreversible. One former Disney social media strategist told BuzzPop Weekly, "You can critique the studio, the script, even the marketing. But when you go after the fans, especially the core fandom that buys merch, parks tickets, and supports these reboots, that's career self-destruction." Even theme park bloggers, usually apolitical, started calling for Disney to issue a public statement. The studio released their Snow White remake starring Rachel Zegler, and in the process, shattered more little girls' dreams than Harvey Weinstein ever did. Empty theaters across the country tell the true story about this crime against cinema. Some even joked that the film's reception was as bad as Titanic's failure in the 90s. Meanwhile, conspiracy theories about the chat leak started circulating. Some believed it was an intentional hit job from within Disney, designed to distance the company from a failed film without a formal firing. Others thought Rachel's team was behind a different leak, blaming a former assistant for deep-faking the screenshots. Though tech experts have confirmed the messages appear authentic. The story escalated further when a verified account belonging to a popular voice actor from a classic Disney movie tweeted, "I've met Walt Disney fans my whole life. They're weird in the best way. Without them, none of us would have careers. Shame on you." The post went viral, and fans began tagging Disney talent across social media to see where they stood. So far, it's mostly silence from Disney and its stars. But one viral tweet summed it up. Disney's Snow White just became Disney's Titanic. The lead actress of the film is now left watching in an empty theater as her name flashes on the screen. She even squealed that her film had been #1 for 6 days. And here's the wildest part. Rachel hasn't denied the messages. She hasn't commented at all. No tweet, no Instagram story, not even a lawyer-written statement. Just silence. And in Hollywood, silence speaks volumes. If these leaks are real, and the signs are pointing that way, this isn't just bad PR, it's the kind of scandal that leaves permanent scars. Rachel Zegler thought she was Disney's next big thing. Now she's presiding over ruins. Her big-budget fairy tale has become Hollywood's biggest flop. Theaters are empty, critics are brutal, and fans are roasting her like it's medieval times. Snow White didn't just flop, it imploded. And at the center of it all is Rachel Zegler, Disney's loudest, most modern princess, whose interviews may have cursed the film long before it ever hit the screen. Rachel Zegler was a bad decision from the start. She can sing, sure, but she has a lot of power and absolutely no rank. Plus, on the flip side, she can't act, and she's a smug big mouth, which even Disney now admits they couldn't control. But before we dive into the chaos, let's take a step back, because this wasn't always how things were supposed to go. Once upon a time, Rachel Zegler was Hollywood's golden girl. She won hearts with West Side Story, charmed critics, and rapidly climbed the ranks. When Disney announced her as Snow White, the reaction was split. Sure, but the excitement was real. A fresh face, a new take, a bold direction. They said she'd be the future. But as it turns out, the future had other plans. Instead of embracing the charm and magic of the original, Rachel came out swinging. She trashed the 1937 classic, calling Prince Charming a stalker, the love story outdated, and the entire premise weird in interviews. She didn't just modernize Snow White, she bulldozed her. Most importantly, Zegler proved she wasn't fairy tale princess material. She became the face of 4 major flops: West Side Story, Shazam, Fury of the Gods, Y2K, and now Snow White, the biggest bomb of them all. She said the new Snow White wasn't waiting for a man or dreaming about true love. Instead, this version of the character was focused on leading, ruling, and pursuing power. God forbid a woman want to find love, she added sarcastically, but it came off cold and dismissive to many. Rather than reframe Snow White, she dismantled her. The idea of a woman finding happiness and love was treated like a joke, a relic of the past to be mocked. Audiences didn't just feel surprised, they felt attacked. What was once a fairy tale about love and magic suddenly sounded more like a lecture on politics and independence, as if love itself was a weakness to avoid. God forbid a woman dream about true love, she quipped, mocking the very foundation of her character's journey. The feminist media cheered, but the internet exploded. Clips of Rachel sounding smug and dismissive went viral. It wasn't just what she said, it was how she said it. The tone, the smirks, the eye rolls. Viewers tore apart every second of her interviews, and what started as criticism quickly became a cultural roast, with Rachel as the main course. Rachel became known as a loudmouth. She posted a TikTok skit trying to buy tickets to her own film, but it backfired. What was meant to be a cheeky moment quickly became internet fuel. Instead of showing humility, she came off as completely out of touch with the film's failure. It felt staged, hollow, and desperate, cementing the perception that she was clueless. The film's failure was no small thing. With a $250 million production budget, $150 million in marketing, and expensive reshoots, Disney needed $1 billion to break even. Instead, it opened with $43 million and plummeted 66% globally by week 2. It was a disaster. The backlash turned political. Sean Lennon called Rachel a disconnected brat. Danica Patrick reposted a viral takedown accusing Rachel of corporate feminism. Then came Rachel's controversial Trump posts, further alienating fans. Disney stayed silent, but executives were furious. Rachel got thrown under the bus as the movie's failure became a PR nightmare. It wasn't just Rachel. Gal Gadot, the evil queen, faced criticism too. Fans noticed tension on set, and Rachel's political posts about Palestine didn't sit well with Gadot. The press tour turned frosty, and fans picked sides. Spoiler, no one won. Critics panned the film, calling it soulless and preachy. The famous "Someday My Prince Will Come" was axed, replaced by a girl power anthem that was neither magical nor inspiring. The failure of Snow White shook Hollywood. Disney insiders revealed they were scaling back political messaging in future projects, signaling a shift away from woke remakes. Rachel's ego, once bold, now seemed reckless. Her outspoken nature, once praised, was now blamed for the movie's collapse. She didn't just ruin a fairy tale, she may have ended an era. In the end, Snow White wasn't saved by a prince or a message, it was crushed by hubris. Rachel thought she could rewrite the story, but the audience wrote the ending, and that ending was brutal. If you love messy celebrity moments, flops, and industry shakeups, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss the next Hollywood train wreck.